Welcome back to another episode of CraftWorks. We built a pretty cool house last time. You ever made anything out of that much dirt and mud? I sure haven't. So it was a fun challenge to take on. But today, we need to make around here a little more beautiful than it is right now. We have so many crops just out front. We have some sugarcane over here, random trees growing. This area is not looking so good. We need to make the entrance up to our house a lot better. So we built a road last time that goes over to where we originally kicked off, down to the docks, and leading up to the house. But as you can see, it goes right through our crops. So today is the day that we're going to clean that up and start making the landscaping around here look so much better. And as you can see, I've started laying out some trees. As y'all know, I focus a lot kind of on the sight lines. What do people see? And I realized as you were coming up this way that the house just kind of sat up here by itself. There's nothing really to focus your eyes on over here. So we're going to add a few custom trees. Maybe not so custom, but I'm going to show you a quick way of doing some custom trees that makes it a lot easier than trying to figure out all those tutorials on how to build fancy trees. So we're going to put a few of those in. But before we do that, I got to show you this. Tobe came by and gave me a pickaxe for helping with the skelly spawner. Okay, so just south of our house, where the big lake is, and Lane's beautiful boat. Oh man, if you haven't seen that, go check out his video. That thing is enormous and amazing. So biggest thing on the map so far. But distraction aside, there's our house here, and someone found a double skeleton spawner. So if we come down here, I made us an easy way to get down there. So we can easily just hop down. Come on in, we're still beautifying it, but we got the whole setup. So there's a spawner in here, and a spawner in there. So all we gotta do, stand on these white blocks, let the skeleton spawn, fall down here, and one hit kill them. This is awesome. It's a game changer. It's going to help us get all of the XP we need. Alright, well let's stop being distracted and let's go up and start working on that landscaping. So the first thing we're going to start with is this tree. What I'm thinking is I want something a little larger here. So it kind of fills up some space to kind of balance out this side of the house with its tall section. I'm going to show you the super easy way to get some custom trees. Now let's take this part down because I'm not sure if that's exactly the portion we're going to use. Alright, so the simple way is to think about where do you want the trunk of the tree. And when I'm looking here, I'm thinking I probably want it to be about right here, just kind of based off of distance from here to the edge of that. So here to maybe there. I don't know. It sounds more scientific than it really is. I'm just going to build up a column of dirt. Okay, so once we have that in place, we can look and see. We made that thicker and then think about where the top would be. Is that where we want it? And I think so. All right, so now you're going to get into the, I don't know, crazy mind of Cube Prospector and how I create some pretty simple custom trees. So if I think about this area being a 2x2 trunk, what I'm going to do is come out and think about where I might want some type of branches to branch out. And for the most part, I might do, I don't know, let's come out here and get crazy. Out that way, maybe there's another one that pokes out here. Yeah, maybe right here. Actually, we'll keep that one down to level. And then on this side, we're going to keep it kind of low and keep it kind of tight. Now, the best thing, or the easiest thing, just put a sapling on all of these. I'm going to grab some bone meal here. And we're going to go with it. All right. That's working out all right so far. All right, and let's see what we got. Now sometimes you have to determine if you got it too high to start with. And I actually think that's going to be all right. So you can see even with the dirt, we can start seeing where it is. Now maybe there's not enough leaves in here. That's okay. It's super easy just to get out your axe. And the beauty of these type of trees is that they grow really tight together. So we can even just pull up a few of these, get out our dirt. Let's maybe go down one extra here. And we can plant another one. They're good? Sure. Let's see if that'll even grow. Yeah, there we go. So now, if we step back, we can start seeing that that's making it more full. So I'm just going to go through, kind of use that method over and over, and then I'll show you how I just round out the tree with the leaves. I've got a few leaves already here, so let me put a few more of those in, and I'll show you where we get. Okay, and 5 minutes in, we at least have a shape. I don't know if it's quite the tree we want, but that's why we have all extra leaves. Now, we've kind of trimmed it out. We put in a little extra base here. Let's see what it looks like from the back. So this is a base just full of saplings. We didn't have to do anything crazy, try and plan something out. Now what we can do, and I really need to make some more scaffolding, we're going to take all of our leaves here and start thinking about how we want this tree to be. So we'll start with this side first. And we're going to come up here. And when you do saplings, you're almost always going to have flat sides. So just starting to fill in kind of how this would be, coming down, thinking about maybe this is more of a weeping willow type tree. So it's going to have some custom. We're going to try and round out, hide some of these blocks. But as you can see, pretty quick, with just a few extra leaves, we started making that look a lot better. So I got to do this flat side, round out over here. So let me do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And just like that, putting a few extra leaves, helping round out some corners. I don't know, maybe I still have a few straight sides here where I could round out some of this a little better. But, you know, that is all stuff that we can do over time. Next, all you gotta do is build out the base a little. Make this feel like it's got a root system of some kind. You don't have to do anything too crazy. Just start making it feel a little more, I don't know, grown, instead of it just being straight up. And pretty quickly, just like that, you can get the base in. Oh, and that's a pretty cool tree. And you can see there's lots of techniques. Go find some of how other trees are done. But if you want this kind, a handful of saplings and, I don't know, a stack or two of leaves, you can get a pretty decent tree. And the one thing to keep in mind, do not worry about what your tree looks like. Trees are organic. They don't grow in the coolest symmetrical way. They grow very odd sometimes. So just have fun with your tree and you can get something. Okay, so now what are we going to do around this tree? Well, not only did I kind of put a road here, but I find myself running over here all the time, and there's a big old ravine here. So I want to build a bridge. Maybe not in this episode. Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll see how ambitious we are. But I know I want a road that comes here, meets up with this path, goes that way, and then obviously leads up into my house. So I think some kind of landscaping here would be great. And I don't want to lose my farms here. So we're going to go in and build out. I guess I could just start putting in a bunch of random holes here. We're going to put our wheat farm. So what does that mean? Take a bunch of different places for the water to live so that we can make them grow. And then I'm going to get busy planting it. So let me do that and I'll bring you back in. All right, and as you saw in that time lapse, nothing crazy here. We're just gonna go through. We're gonna put down all of the seeds. That's the hardest part. But as you can see, we kind of wrapped around this tree. Now we're gonna leave this portion that's around the house as dirt. I kind of want to feel like this dirt house, they were so poor that they stripped all the grass and it just kind of is dirt. They're dirt poor in this house. Or I guess it's me. I keep saying they, but it's kind of me. But I'm going to put in these real quick and then we're going to see what it's starting to look like. Probably do the other side too. So let me do that. I'm going to do this side and the other side. And then we'll take a look at what we got. Okay, before I got into it too far, I wanted to kind of show you what my thinking is now. So I removed the farm that was right here so we could better work on the pathway. And I thought, well, what if since the path is going that way, it maybe continues on and wraps around and goes over to whoever's over there. I don't think anyone's over there right now. But that could be a cool little way in to the city from adventuring over there. I'm thinking about another big tree there and a skinnier one there. So it almost acts like a little gate into the area. Not an official gate, just trees. And so maybe there'll be more trees and things along here. I don't know about that just yet. But I figure if we put another tree here, it'll help balance it out. And as you can see, our dirt pillars are kind of lining up in an interesting way to really frame out that house. All right, just wanted to give that update before I get in another tree and some more crops. So here we go. All right, I got some of this in. Had to show you this blooper. I wasn't planning on jumping in this soon, but started the same process we did over here with this, and it accidentally grew a massive tree. Whoops. That's what can go wrong with this method. It's okay, we'll chop it down, get the stuff from it. Oh, I actually might go get some shears so we can make sure we get those leaves. But let me get back to it. All right, now before I get too crazy, you can see we got that tree in. This is Minecraft. You make a mistake like I did, you just cut it down and restart. So now we got a nice little weeping willowish looking tree and some more of the wheat. So this is going to look a lot better, I think, when it's not green anymore and when it's all this golden color. So we'll let that keep growing. But one trick I wanted to show you is if you've ever looked at mud, or I guess tilled dirt when it gets wet, it is very much the same color or close enough to dark oak. So whenever I have water and don't want to see it, that's what I do, is just go in. Oh man, I'm having a hard time because my wheat's here. All right, should have done that before. You can see it blends in pretty well. Not quite the same color, but for just passing by, it ends up working just fine. Let me go through, stick more of these in so that that blue water doesn't show through. It just looks like wet mud, wet dirt. And that will make this place look a lot better. All right, I'll do that off camera. You don't want to see me placing half slabs. But that overall is kind of how we're going to frame the house. And I feel like there's something missing here. And I'm wondering if we need to introduce either some rock piles. Yeah, maybe rock piles. Or some like just little tiny bushes. Or maybe some vines growing up the side of the house. I'm going to think on that. Let me do some stuff off camera, bring you back, and we'll see if we're liking it. With that stuff in, I think it's looking pretty cool. Just tried to make it look like some rocks, some different bushes, and we're getting there. I think we got it. So what I've been doing now is I'm eventually going to put some kind of little wall around here. I don't know what. Maybe... yeah, I don't know what. We'll figure that out in the future. But what I wanted to do is start getting this pathway in. So I've cut it both that way and then down along towards going out to the docks. And then I liked the wheat so much, I decided we're going to put it here before we put another tree there and over there. So I'm going to get that in, get this road in, get this filled in, and then we might call it an episode. I really want to get these guys into a little pond here, but that might have to wait for another day. Well, let me see how ambitious I am. We'll get this and then see where we get to.
they don't seem to react much to being set on fire. If I was set on fire... Sorry, hello, Cube. How you going?
Good. How are you? Yes, they don't die being caught on fire.
And I feel like if someone set me on fire, one of the things I would do would be run around screaming or try and jump in water or something. They don't seem to mind.
I know.
They just seem very focused on their murder sprees.
Yeah. I mean, you do that to the wandering trader. He's straight to the water. Those guys, nope, they're all about killing you.
They're all about killing you. Yeah. Mate, I was just heading over here. I wanted to, first I wanted to say, what a spectacular build, mate. This place is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was fun.
I'm absolutely in awe of what you've done here. This is amazing. So you've gone with, what is it? It's mud, what have we got? Mud, coarse dirt.
Yep, coarse dirt, the packed mud, the jungle planks, and then there's a little bit of
planks.
Yeah, jungle planks, and then there's some gray concrete powder in there.
Oh, nice.
That's
fantastic, mate. I really, this was a killing blow for me. I did a knockdown rebuild because of what I saw over here. It's amazing.
Oh,
so beautiful.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, you can tell by my amazing armor that I am a little poor on the server right now, so I thought I'd play that up and kind of have called this build my dirt poor build.
Dirt poor.
Yep.
Yes. And this is your idea of a starter base, is it?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I may have gone a little overboard on it.
Well, it's good. You set the bar high, and I hope I've managed to answer it slightly over the other side.
Oh, you're just so amazing too. Yeah, it's like, well, you just put mine to shame because mine's just a bunch of dirt.
It's a beautiful pile of dirt, though. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. And with the road in, I think this is really starting to take shape. Ran out of the packed mud, so I couldn't finish this way. But what do you think about the walls going in here? I thought that would make it feel a little bit like they tried to put a fence in, and I keep saying it's me, but we're so poor we can't afford a whole fence around all of our fields, so we put something in there, and I fell in a hole. But I think this is looking great. I think this has given us exactly kind of that sight line we're looking for. Obviously, we have some trees. We have a pond we want to get in. But guys, I'm going to call that an episode because I'm going to work on a project. And I'll just look at this, look away, and you can make assumptions of what the next episode's going to be. But y'all, that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you like this landscaping. I think it's really coming along and really starts tying into our theme of being dirt poor here at the beginning of the season. We're going to get better as we go, get a lot more diamonds, get what we need to, but it's time to jump into that other project. So we're going to call it an episode. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon.